does my hair look like this? No. I'm saying a lot. Bro's gonna come at me. Jesus Christ. Help me, Father. Plus, I'm just trying to make sure I don't look disgusting. Sorry. I sound like Megan. It's cute. I'm also blinded by these lights. That's a problem. I'm nervous. Okay. Hi, it's Phoenix, better known as, not better known, they know me as Phoenix. What are you saying? Hi, it's AsToldByPhi, better known as Phoenix. Welcome to one of the first videos that I'll be doing for AsToldByPhi for myself as Phoenix to the South Johnson. But I'm just here to chit chat about multiple things. This probably will be broken up into different videos, so if you see me looking the same way in a different video and I'm claiming it's something different, mind your business. I'm trying to, record multiple things at once, so don't start. I guess I will just start with talking about where AsToldByPhi came from. I think that's a really good place to start because I get asked that often sometimes. Not really. I'm 20 years old. I started AsToldByPhi when I was 17. I was a senior in high school. I started it out as a makeup page because I thought I was a beauty guru or whatever, because I knew how to put on one thing of eyeshadow and one thing of glitter. Relax, I know better now. Even though I look kind of cute. Just saying. So yeah, I started off as a beauty channel, a beauty page, and I was like, YouTube coming soon. Then it never showed up. But I started AsToldByPhi as like a way of talking about beauty and skincare and like, hey, I wanted to talk about hair. I wanted to be this whole person that just talks about beauty in all of its realms, because I, as a black woman, I wanted to talk about different things that I knew were important. I wanted to talk about the different hairstyles because I always came into high school with like a different hairstyle every month. I want to talk about makeup because I got into makeup when I was like 16, like right after my sweet 16. I wanted to talk about skincare because I do suffer with acne. And I started getting acne when I was like 10, so like I already had like 7 years of understanding acne. I have polycystic ovarian syndrome, which is like a hormonal disorder, and it affects multiple aspects of my health, and as a person, I know a lot of other women have that. And I wanted to just talk about it more, but I never really got to do that. For whatever reasons. I always say things happen for a certain reason, and they happen the way that they're supposed to happen. So when I looking back, I never really question it. I never really be like, oh, why? Like, it's just, it is what it is. It is what it is. Okay, so it is what it is. Nevertheless, I still, was trying to post every now and then, just little things, but I didn't do much with it. And then I came to college, attended St. John's University, even though they be acting up. Attend St. John's University. I got really involved my first year as a freshman. I was a little bit of everywhere, but it was a good thing in a sense, because I really was starting to get people to know who I was, but not in like, I didn't have the strong urge to do that. Like, it just felt natural to do that, and I started to really realize that a lot of people on my campus who were involved as well were also using it as a platform as themselves, and that like you were able to carry yourself a certain way. It was like just something that you did because you're getting older, you're starting to have to represent yourself more. Like, it was okay to become your own brand, without having to necessarily have something that you're trying to sell or like a one specific reason why people know you. Like it was okay to become your own brand, and I don't think I really I like that idea, and I thought it was going to take me years and years and years to like reach that level, but I was a bit wrong. Probably was telling myself that like by the time I'm a senior in college, I want to be well known, I want to have my own established like person, and blase blase blase. Nevertheless, I tried to start posting more on AsToldByPhi. I was going through a lot my freshman year. That was really like a transitional moment in various ways, but I tried to still post a little bit. I tried to use AsToldByPhi if I could. Like, that's when like Insta stories came out, so I would like post on like my story if I was at an event from school. I was trying to like tag people. I was really trying to somewhat build up my network on that, and I still had a regular Instagram too, but I still wanted to be make that differentiation. And then I switched to what I wanted to talk about around the summer of 2018. And so for a while on my on AsToldByPhi, my Instagram page, I was trying to, get little things of like positive quotes, or like if I was talking about body positivity, like, like something. Like I knew I wanted to create content. I knew I wanted to be one of those pages that people would like look to get like advice or whatever. I enjoy helping people. That was my way of helping others. I still wasn't doing that much with it. And I honestly did not touch AsToldByPhi for a long time. Like I just was like, no. But one thing that was always very consistent in what I really really believed in, and what I firmly always, was passionate about, and it was a big principle for me, was mental health. I always talked about mental health from when I was young. Like I'm open about that. I went to therapy like most of my senior year of high school. So like mental health has always been a very tumultuous and a very prominent aspect of my life. And I didn't really know why. I didn't really see how beneficial that was for a really long time. But once I got to college, and once more people were talking about mental health, and once I was learning more about my own mental health, and my physical health, and just in general, I really started to realize that my passion can be something bigger. But I just didn't know how to start. Like I didn't know what that meant. My sophomore year of college, I switched my major to psychology. I was a bio major. No thanks. I switched my major to psychology, and I knew that I finally figured out what I wanted to do. I finally figured out like what my career goals were, and I let that push me kind of towards the direction of, what, psychology is going to be in your life, mental health is always going to be in your life. This is like you're putting yourself in the right environment. And I joined a business fraternity. Like at the same time of changing my major, I really was able to like re-navigate like on a professional level, and like I met like students that like people that were like around my age that were like successful entrepreneurs, and I didn't like the things that they were doing. I didn't know that was like physically possible to do at like 19, 20, 18 years old. But I learned that was possible. Sophomore year, I developed my logo. The logo that you see anywhere and everywhere now is my logo. I made that logo. One thing I learned how to do was kind of use Photoshop. So I am kind of, I dabble in the Photoshops and the content creation. And so that logo that you see, where is it? My logo is plastered everywhere. That's it right there, right there, right there, and right there. I made that logo, and that was like one of the really big monumental moments of AsToldByPhi, because it was finally like a literal like brand. Like that was it. Like it wasn't, I didn't make the brand, but that really helped me, bring things into fruition, make my vision come alive. Last summer, I was working. I finally got my first like job, like working with children, paying job. Jesus. And I would like, it was all the way like in Inwood, like upper Manhattan, practically near the Bronx. And so I was taking the train every morning. And so in the mornings, once I got used to that commute, like I really started to just really want to move with AsToldByPhi even more. And so I would spend my mornings making content. I'm going to post on AsToldByPhi on a regular basis. Like I'm going to make sure that this is me. Like this is my brand. I'm going to keep posting. I want people to be like seeing my stuff. And like I did that. I, would spend every, morning on the train, like, posting stuff, just posting things every day. Not every day, but like every few days. I'm blessed to have such amazing friends, amazing supporters who, when I made the final decision, I posted that first like main post, like I like spammed people's Instagrams, like their DMs saying, hey, AsToldByPhi's like, relaunch, please repost, please share, please follow. And like everybody that like I sent it to was very supportive. Bros were supportive, friends were supportive, like family was supportive. Everybody, like people around me that just, that's when I really saw that I had great people around me. But people reposted, people followed, and my following went up. I went from like 100 followers to like 300 or whatever, however it grew. I don't remember how it went, but like I really was starting to see that support, and that's when like people were interacting with my page. Like people really were reposting my work. Like that's when I knew I was doing the right thing. I was moving in the right direction. And towards the beginning of my junior year of college going in, I had joined a mentoring group, Crowning Queens. I'm plugging everything in, but Crowning Queens They are a I don't even know how to word it, but they are a mentoring group. It's founded by Jalen and her sister. Um, those girls, those women are amazing. Like, it's a free mentorship, but you're surrounded by amazing entrepreneurial women who are just doing amazing, like, different. It would really help push me to like want to do better, and just be better, and just getting all that knowledge from amazing women was just so beautiful. So I really do thank Crowning Queens for that. It gave me the push that I needed for AsToldByPhi. So I was still making content. I still was posting every now and then. But then I was given this opportunity again by Jalen, and it was like a student entrepreneur mixer. And so basically people had like vendor tables, and like I was like, oh, like, and she asked me to do it, and I was like, oh, okay, like, I'll do it. That's cool. And it kind of, again, it gave me a push, because it's like, if I'm gonna be having a table, I want people to know who I am before I walk in. In a sense of like, I want people to already know who AsToldByPhi is. And so I got like a push on it. I was starting to make t-shirts. I was starting to post a lot more. I really was starting to find the beauty in my brand. And before I even talk about the whole event itself, like, that's when I really started to see that I had to hold AsToldByPhi in a different light than I did other things in my own life. Like I said, I'm really involved. I'm really busy. But like, AsToldByPhi was something that's been with me throughout all of it. It's like, in life there are things that it's hard to be consistent with certain things. AsToldByPhi has been with me consistently for the past 3, almost 4 years. And it's like, I had to ask myself, like, what does that really say about AsToldByPhi? Like, what it really is supposed to represent. Like, obviously I'm a woman of faith, and so I really think that was God's like way of really, helping me stay grounded, helping me have something to always go back on, and like know that, like, listen, you took this from where it was here and brought it all the way to here. And like, even though it's nowhere near where I want it to be now, but I've started to really see it as like a reflection almost. Like, I post for people, but I also post for myself, because it's my journey that I'm going through as like a woman, as a person, like what I'm learning, what I'm really, trying to like grow and understand. And I'm trying to speak about it. I'm trying to talk about things that like people don't necessarily know. I'm trying to get a little bit of knowledge that I've gained in my life and share that out to people, because I know that it'll help others. And I don't ever regret making a decision of that being my purpose. I'm sometimes I'm tired. I take time where there are months where I won't post, and even though on a business aspect that's horrible to do, I value that one of my principles is that I never want to post something that I can't. I never want to preach what I don't practice. The same practice what you preach. I did not want to be posting like love yourself if I wasn't in the headspace of loving myself. Like, you know what I mean? Like, that would feel wrong. Trying to spread a message and trying to like talk about something that I wasn't fully believing in at the moment. And I had to, tell myself that it was okay to feel that way. Like, not all entrepreneurs are like, I love what I do, I'm so happy all the time. Like, that's not true. Any entrepreneur that like tells you that that's what they love to do, they are lying. Or like, if they are, like, tell me the secrets. I want to know. Let me know. But like, I had to kind of, be okay with not being okay and not having to post and not force myself to post content. But I also had to remember that I want to be an open person to people. I want people to see all sides of it. I want people to go through my saying is, I hope you find growth and peace here. Growth is not a pretty thing. Growth is not one uphill. Growth is not, oh my God, I'm doing better every single day and I'm so happy. Like, no, growth is ugly. Growth is like, sometimes you're not growing, sometimes you're stagnant, sometimes you're stationary, sometimes you're like, I just gotta chill. But you're always going in that upward direction. I wanted to be open and honest about that with people. And so there were times where, I'll be very much clear about why I'm taking a break, or why one of my posts will be about, what to do when you feel this way, or like knowing that it is okay to feel that way. And that's always been one thing that I do admire about myself. A lot of people always tell me like, wow, you share a lot. Like, I'm not afraid to like be open about certain things, because I feel okay with doing it. There's nothing wrong if you're not that type of person, but like, that's just me sometimes. Nevertheless, that's been where AsToldByPhi is now. Sometimes I have friends who like will see me and go, oh my God, it's AsToldByPhi, and like that feeling is like so surreal, because I never thought at like only 20 years old I could be doing something like that. You know, it's great to see that support, and it's great to be able to still, while getting support, spread out a positive message. Like, whenever people, like, you know, if anybody has any of my merch, like if you have like a t-shirt that I have, if you have my t-shirts, they say I hope you find growth and peace here on the back of it. And that's like a constant reminder of, like, you know, you're hoping to like gain and grow in your life, and you're hoping to improve in a way that you didn't know you were going to improve, or like just improve a little bit. And I want to always have that message out there. Like, social media life can be very, very draining. Like, right now we're literally in a pandemic, but you know, finding ways to really give those opportunities of light, give those like moments of just something good, something that's not about like how people have died or whatever, like just something. And especially again as a black woman, like, it's tiring being a black woman. I'm tired. I'm tired. But I want to still, you know, have those moments where if I'm not tired and if I am feeling well, I want to give that out to other people while still giving some for myself, because we gotta give to ourselves what we give to others. I still want to be a resource, be that person for people, and that's where AsToldByPhi always has been, and that's where I hope it always goes. But yeah, so that is just a long journey of where AsToldByPhi is now. I'm still working on many aspects of AsToldByPhi that I want to grow. Thank you so much for listening. I hope you find growth and peace here. And I hope you know that this is not the last of me. Obviously not, but like, we will be here. Welcome.